Ministry of Health to complain. So we were called and a lot of discussions went on. This was 2018. Professor Adewale was the minister at that point. Finally, we came to agreements that, okay, because they mentioned, this was 2018, that it will affect their business. Professor Adewale said, okay, let us give you 5 years to reorganize. And we gave 5 years. FCCPC was at the meeting, NAFDAC, Ministry of Health, DBAN, AFBTE. We all signed that by after 5 years, they will not sell alcohol in sachet. We are not banning alcohol. We approve alcohol in different packages. It is only in small packages that we are banning. We all agreed. And the moratorium expired 2024, January 31, and we started enforcement. They said we should suspend. We held off because there was a lot of discussion going back and forth throughout 2024. And then December 2024, the minister called me, said there has been some discussion. We should give 1 year moratorium, an extra 1 year above the 5 years that we have given before. And that 1 year expired December 2025. And the Senate then gave us an order that we should resume enforcement because the Senate now knew that Manufacturer Association of Nigeria or whatever, DBAN and AFBT wanted another extension. Why are we doing this? We are doing this because of children. We are doing this for health's sake. Our goal is to safeguard the health of our citizenry, and our children are part of that. So we are doing this not to punish company, it is to protect children that can easily get access.
Well, that is much we can take from Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, Director General of NAFDAC. Boyega, very quickly, why are manufacturers annoyed with this move? They've been on it since 2018. The woman is saying they are doing this for the sake of the children. Why are manufacturers and those concerned, those who are protesting, why are they angry? Why don't they want this move to see the light of the day? Very quickly.
You see what you say very quickly now?
That part is sad for me because this is a subject that I seem to have a lot to speak on. But
Why?
I'll do it very quickly like we have asked. So first of all, this is economics. The manufacturers invest money. Even though I don't approve of the way alcohol has now become commonplace, Dr. Muji is correct. Adeyeye, she is very correct that the sachetization, proliferation, as it were, of alcohol on the streets has now become way too much. It has become so affordable such that, and it's a response to the economy, which I will now go back to. The people who are manufacturers invest their money because there's an audience, typically adults, or originally adults who take these substances. Whether it is 40%, is 5%, is another moral conversation we can have, or whether people should drink these things. But there is a market for it. And if you want to make money in a market, you take advantage of something. And if the people who buy from you, who used to buy in year 2005, 100 naira can buy a bottle, 500 naira can buy a big bottle, and the economy has tanked so much that 20 years later, everything is now upwards. Beer used to cost 100 naira in some places, but now you cannot drink a beer without having 1,000 naira. So it's a direct response to the economy that they now have to sachetize their product all the way down. Now, because we want to move very quickly, I will jump away from that. And the first point is that the economy has gone so bad that businesses cannot sustain if they don't sachetize. It happened to pure water. It happened to, milk, anything you see in the market. So it's not just alcohol. So that's a response to the economy. Now, about protecting children. It's just like watching TV. Parents have the duty to guide their children. Why do you have a kid going to school, whether in secondary school or primary school, who can have 200 naira to buy a sachet alcohol? Who is guiding the child at home or in school? My problem now is government wanting to police everything. That's why I talk about big and small government. We want small government. I want small government. I'm open to a conversation where, if I see a superior argument. But when you want to police what people drink, what people watch, the movies they watch, you want to police their YouTube, you want to police everything in their lives. What that means is that you have to fund these agencies to have the capacity to continue to, look keenly at these industries and make sure they police them. And what you have seen is these manufacturers trying to boycott, trying to dodge by extending and extending. And yes, it's good now that the Senate has given an order that they should they should pursue them. Let's see how far that will go. But my solution is that let parents take care of their children. The state, the country, the government cannot continue to try to police everything. For instance, TV, parents have a duty to ensure that as a 15-year-old does not have access to some websites on the phone. So if you make it the duty of the parents and teachers to take care of children, then the state has other major macroeconomic things to look at, not just checking into how many junctions in Nigeria, in all our streets, do you want to go to? Before I talk too much, I guess I have made some points about this subject.
Yes. Beyond the economic side to this, Mr. Shola Yebusi has now arrived. Mr. Shola Yebusi is a public affairs analyst and tech expert. Good morning. Thanks to see your face, I guess, this year. We've been on phone over time.
To you and wonderful morning to our listeners. It's nice to be here.
Yes, thank you. Now, Boyega has laid the foundation. This is a response to the fact that economy has tanked. People can no longer afford what they could afford many years back. Factories, industries have pushed a lot into manufacturing sachet alcoholic drinks. But NAFDAC is saying, look, we can't go on with this. We have a moral responsibility to guard against the children having access to these drinks. Economy, a moral responsibility. Where do you stand?
Well, we need to be sure of what we want as a country. Okay, we are not developing the way we should develop. There are so many problems. Drugs is one of them. If you look at the youth population, we have a very, very big problem on our hands. Young people now drink, now smoke, now take drugs, as if it's pure water. I was traveling, I think towards the end of last year, and we were stopped. Okay, and then some guys, within the bus were asked to come down, and one young guy was searched, and they found drugs on him. Very young, as in very, very, very young. Of course, the police capitalized on that to collect as in big money. As in big money. They didn't want him to go until he paid. So what I'm trying to say is that we must decide exactly what we want as a country. We want a generation, the next generation, that will live on drugs, on alcohol. These things affect our health, whether we like it or not. Now, parents also need to be smart. You buy sachet alcohol, you just put some in your mouth, you call your small child and just put some in his mouth too. You are killing that child. In your mind, you want that child to also flenjo, so to say. You are killing that child because that child would then have interest in that stuff. And by the time he's able to afford 200 naira, 300 naira, okay, as pocket money or whatever that you give to him, he's going to feel like having a whole sachet to himself because you gave him a taste of that. So I expect even parents to be shouting right now to say, hey, Professor Mojishola Adeyeye, we are behind you. But we are not seeing that.
The manufacturers, those
so
kicking against
for manufacturers, of course, you expect them to defend their business anytime, any day. But also, they need to be smart. So for distilleries, you would have expected that within the 5-year period, which is not even 6, adding another year to it, you should have planned on diversification. That's what you should have done. And two issues here. One, with respect to the children. Two, the amount of alcohol.
The content.
The amount of alcohol in those things. If it's lethal, why should we allow our children to take it? Or why should we even allow adults to take it if it's lethal? And that's why you see all manner of kidney diseases, liver diseases all around. And people begin to beg for money because you cannot maintain a kidney disease.
Okay.
So we need to decide what we want. Like I said, I expect parents. Manufacturers will continue to shout and say, give us more time. You are hampering our business. But I expect parents to say, hey.
We love our children.
Yes, we love our children. Manufacturers, I beg, calm down too. If you don't have that kind of voice, it will just make Professor Adeyeye to be the lonely voice. And you never can tell. These people can then move to somebody higher than Professor Mojishola Adeyeye to make sure that order does not go through.
Okay. Let's quickly move ahead. We have so many. Oh, Boyega has something very quickly in a few seconds.
Can I just quickly ask a question?
Yes.
So when I hope they're able to ban this as an experiment. If children in schools now gather their 1,000, they are 200 naira together, 5 of them buy a bottle and they mix it with something else. How are we going to go about that? Are we going to then move up move the ban up to bigger bottles? That was just a rhetorical question, but I want us to observe.
Well, this is one issue that very contentious, really, very contentious.